I've gotten hundreds of comments like this from Egyptians online. And what's funny about this is the fact that I'm literally half Egyptian, but that's not even the point. Many people don't understand the historical context behind the modern dynamic between Sudan and Egypt, so let's break down some basic concepts. This modern superiority complex isn't ancient or genetic. It's a product of colonial hierarchy designed in 19th century by European powers. We have to understand that up to this point, Egypt underwent centuries of invasions from Roman, Ottoman, French, British, but Sudan was never conquered. It had independent kingdoms throughout most of its pre-colonial history. In 1882, Britain invaded Egypt and later expanded into northern part of Sudan, defeating the Mahdi state and creating the Anglo-Egyptian condominium with Egypt as a regional proxy. But how does this play into the modern superiority thing? Well, simple. The British built a racial hierarchy. White British at the top, Egyptian elites in the middle, Sudanese Arab elites, and everything African at the bottom. Power flowed from north to south, London, Cairo to Khartoum. Egyptians were trained as teachers, accountants, supervisors for the British. That's how many of them ended up in Sudan, including my Egyptian grandfather's family. We all grew up on Egyptian cinema and was heavily influenced by class and racial hierarchies, especially toward dark-skinned people. This is also when European obsession with Nile Valley history started, rewriting it as something proto-European and erasing Sudan from that narrative. The 25th dynasty, ruled by Kushite kings, was one of the most powerful periods in Nile Valley history, or how these populations were part of the same civilizational zone, or how these ancient cities in Sudan were drowned on purpose. But why talk about that when building narratives around modern Egyptian cultural exceptionalism? British also built an administrative apartheid between North and South Sudan, banning Arabic and Islamic education and blocking all contact between the North and the South. When they left, they drew new maps, combined multiple kingdoms into one country, and handed this colonial structure over to Arab elites in Khartoum. The same system of extraction and marginalization continued. This led to 2 civil wars and South Sudan's independence in 2011. Honestly, this history is super layered, and I haven't even scratched the surface. When I see comments like this, it doesn't necessarily reflect all Egyptians, because I know many of them, but it does speak to a much bigger, deeper global issue: how historically illiterate and intellectually unstimulating some people are, for the lack of better words.